The Missions in Uncharted Space Update has been out for almost a week already, and I gotta say, I am loving it so far. So here's a list of what I'm liking the most. Alright, so I want you all to guess. What time of day do you think this footage was filmed? If you're thinking, say, midday, around noonish, you're off by about 12 hours because I actually filmed this footage at around 11:30 p.m. Yes, at nighttime. So how am I pulling off this witchcraft? It's clearly bright out in the game, but yes, the offset time of day feature was a feature introduced in this update. So now I can actually go into the control settings and change that, and it doesn't have to be just, oh, it's daytime, oh, it's nighttime. You can change it by up to 12 hours in advance or behind you. So there you go, now that I've set it back to +0 hours, that's what my game's lighting actually looked like when I was playing in real time. However, it is worth noting that there's no actual wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff involved apart from changing the lighting and the ambient music that plays. So if, say, I wanted Kristoff to wake up because he was sleeping around that time, no, just changing it to daytime will not change anything. He'll still be sleeping, so you still gotta keep that in mind, especially if, say, you're looking for certain critters to unlock as companions. Even though you could easily argue there's plenty of stuff in this update that's more exciting than this offset time of day feature may be my favorite, because now that I actually have this in my game, it's proven even more useful than I thought, especially for picture taking. Just like in real life, sunrises and sunsets are fantastic times to take pictures, and I actually like the sunsets the most in Dreamlight Valley. So it's not just, oh, I can play during the daytime when it's nighttime in real life. It's also that, hey, I can have a sunset whenever I want to. Staying on the topic of time, the next thing on my list that I love the most about this update is that they've added ambient sound to all of the clocks. This was not documented on any of the official blog posts or patch notes, so this ended up being a nice surprise I discovered pretty quickly when I opened my game. And in addition to the clock ticking when you're nearby, the bell also rings at the top of every hour. It's a really cool little quality of life thing that adds more life to the game and also reinforces how important sound is to the overall experience. One neat little thing I noticed too is that the grandfather clock and on the dock clock have a different sound effect from the elegant and rustic clock towers. Alright, so we gotta talk about that update to Kristoff's stall. It seems like it turned out to be a more controversial change than I thought from the discussion I've seen in the community so far. On the plus side, yeah, that is pretty neat that you can buy a bigger variety of items than you could previously, like dry wood and clay, and, of course, most importantly, iron ingots. But then, where the controversy lies is the fact that all of the items are limited there now, even the ones that were unlimited before, such as coal. So if you decide to buy out his entire stock, you get the great honor of awkwardly staring at Kristoff while he awkwardly returns that stare with an empty stall between you two. Heck yeah!
Well, I've certainly gone into the unknown.
It differs per item. For example, I can buy 10 hardwood, but I can only buy 3 iron ingots before they are sold out for the day, and then I just have to cross my fingers and hope that it's not too many more days in the future when iron ingots appear again. I believe with the differing stock of the items is meant to scale to how rare that item normally is. So with iron ingots being harder to come by than sand, then okay. But I don't know why you can only buy 5 stone and 10 sand, so that needs a bit more tweaking, I think. And sure, I don't think it would hurt anything if you were able to buy like 5 or 6 iron ingots per day. But I am glad that there is a limit in the first place, so Kristoff Stall is not overpowered, because, okay, yeah, it was overpowered to be able to buy just stacks of 99 coal over and over and over again until I had nearly a full treasure chest worth. Plus, they shouldn't reduce the usefulness of mining too much, because even though, yes, it is nice to be able to buy things conveniently, you don't want to take too much challenge away from the player. I'm not saying make it super grindy, but balance is possible. I think personally how I would have actually done with iron ingots in particular is not make them available at Kristoff Stall, but make it so that you only need 2 or 3 iron ore to make an iron ingot, instead of 5. But enough discussion about Kristoff Stall, so what I'm showing off here is the ability to interact with lights and fireplaces so you can turn them on and off whenever you want. Just like with offsetting the time of day, arguably not the most exciting feature, but I believe it does go a long way to make the world feel more alive since it adds more interactivity and a bit of choice. Okay, so up until now on this list I've been focusing on the smaller details, but there are some bigger attractions in this update that I'm loving as well, especially with more homes, because we got Buzz, Woody, and Stitch all in one update. And so far I just have Buzz and Woody. I still need to unlock Stitch, and I don't want to spoil what his home looks like just yet, but I'm really excited to find out, because with Woody having a carousel and Buzz, weirdly enough, having an RV of all things, has added more variety in structures to just place around my valley. So I kind of have a little amusement park going with Woody. Like, this is still very work in progress, nowhere near completed. Then with Buzz's RV, I have a campsite right by it, so it is kind of nice because they are things that I've wanted to add to my village, but it hasn't quite had the effect that I would have wanted to if I didn't have those homes. Because of this, it makes me even more excited about the possibilities that future characters could bring with them. Maybe we could get Princess Tiana and Prince Naveen from Princess and the Frog, and with them, they could have Princess Tiana's restaurant from the end of the movie. I think that would look great in my Glade of Trust. Of course, the new characters themselves are a highlight for me. I really like the ones they've added this time around. I can't really speak on Stitch since I don't have him yet, but I do like the 3 characters in their own movies, and I like Buzz and Woody in the game too. That is cool that they are toy-sized when you bring them back to the valley. It was a little jarring to have Remy as the only really small character in the game, so maybe that will be easier to get used to now that there's 2 more of them. Now we come to the last thing on my list, and that is boba tea. I was really surprised to see this in the update too. It's probably my favorite drink that I've never had. I really want to try it one day, but I've just never gotten around to it for some reason. It's pretty cool that they didn't just put generic boba tea either. They put in a few different flavors, 5 in total. So yeah, I'm just laying them all out right there. And I've even put a boba tea stand by my amusement park where Woody's carousel is. I thought that would be a fun idea. I'll add another stall in the future, maybe, but for now, just boba tea. However, I gotta say, especially since they added multiple drinks in this update, because there's also the hot cocoa, coffee, and lattes, they should add a proper drinking animation, not the same thing as eating, where your avatar grabs something invisible and puts it in front of their mouths. I mean, they should add a proper eating animation too, but on the topic of drinks, especially with the boba tea, how cool would it be to see your avatar get out the cup, stab the straw through the top, and drink it, and you see the little, what is it called, the tapioca balls moving around? That would be so fun. And there we have it. There's 6 things that I love about the missions and Uncharted Space update for Disney Dreamlight Valley. And I'm so excited to dive even deeper, especially to unlock Stitch. I hope this is worth the wait, because it is taking a while. But feel free to let me know your favorite things about this update in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!